choice here. Let's see what they do land on.
It's been a long time since I've seen a Xin Zhao in a solo lane, gotta admit that one, but it does make a lot of sense that Sejuani could be going towards the top side. You now have this very powerful bridge coming out from Yike in the jungle in order to should have a very good idea that Yike is in the air, which is why Tian is playing so cautiously at the moment, but with these low health bars, you know a dive is coming.
Yeah, the dive will be coming. The flash just come in. That's a nice spell shield. Mako could be in a bit of trouble. First blood does go over to Hansama as it does get traded back here over to Tian. But can really get going, especially because the Sivir early on is just so weak compared to the Ezreal. So it's just kind of a roaming three-man squad down here. And here comes Cream trying to get in onto Caps as the auto comes in and the hop over the wall. Cream, why did you give him Tristana again?
Not enough mana to do anything other than Valkyrie away, and following through, making sure you get that last part of the explosive shot is so easy. And we see another game.
Guess who's back again and again and again? He's here. The ult is going to hit them both. Hansama, there's nowhere to go. And yes, Mako, he dies. But you think top esports care about that? The answer is no. They get 2 kills. Yeah, it's going to feel great for them. I mean, you feel a little bit bad that Tristana isn't getting Void Grubs. She is one of those champs that really does love them. But at the end of the day, you know, to get the kill, Broken Blade does have TP, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal up there.
In the mid lane, though, it doesn't look like we're quite done with the action.
Oh, that Q is going to hit him, and now the rocket hits him as well as a couple of ranged minions. That's going to kill Cream. Drake is in the top jungle, so there should be a couple of Drakes already going the way of top esports. Not a big surprise with the way that the early game has gone, as it will be actually a Hextech Soul. And if you give that to an Ezreal alone, but also a Tristana, even the Zyra loves this.
Winter is still alive. Mom said it's my turn to go towards the top lane. I would not be surprised to see Kareem head up there soon.
It's going to force the TP out already as 369's like, yeah, I don't really care about that. He's just looking to take down Caps. That's nice flash from Caps, though, and 369 might be punished here as that's a lot of damage. Yes, the Q3 hits Caps.
The bot lane.
And, you know, yeah, as you mentioned, the TP is forced, but that means that Cream gets a free inner turret.
And this inner turret is worth so much more gold than the outer turret, and Cream on this Tristana, even with no Void Grubs, will get so much in the mid lane as well. Not going to be finding any actual fighting there, but they are going to be getting multiple structures, and even if you get this one, it's not going on to the same kind of valuable person that Cream is.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw something like this happen actually in the TLT1 game. Game number 3, I believe, where TL were able to get a very nice macro lead here in the mid game with a very similar play. Like what we saw at top esports here. But yeah, the teleport is going to come out, and all of a sudden, they might be able to get a bit more off of this as, yeah, he just tries to crescent guard his way out of this one, but Yike will be taken down. Even a thumbs up as well as the Rift.
End up picking up instead is a very easy kill. However, G2 get baited later. Uh-oh.
Yeah, 369 in a lot of trouble here as once again he's getting very over-aggressive. He's going to pull the Braum over, though, and maybe he gets out from here. The flash as well, as Mickey X does not want to allow this one. And yeah, I think 369 will eventually go down, right? Cassante is crazy sometimes, but it does take for the Leona and the Cassante. That's really difficult to break through, and they can maneuver themselves very well. They can, you know, push onto very easily as Cream. We talked about this.
Yep.
He doesn't need Void Grubs, just hit the turret.
Yeah, another inner turret. It's 2 kills, but this time it's divided between 369 and Cream. Still 2 great players to give it towards, and so much pressure coming out in the middle of the map at the same time. We're going to be seeing another turret take a lot of damage. 369 threatens a dive. So the turrets are just falling for free here. I mean, 369 just exerting his presence behind the turret, and that means that G2 have to back away, especially because Caps is in the bottom lane, and yes, he'll get that turret. One of the best souls in the game, just the AoE slow, the only stacking slow in the game actually, still going to come through, and top esports gonna grab another one. Yeah, I mean, G2 are here, they want to fight, but they're late to the party. They get in, and everybody's already left. And so they're gonna portals. Look at how quickly this goes down. G2 walking directly into the trap, and they don't have another option. Yeah, I mean, they have to try to fight for this one, but now we got 369 in the back line. He's going to set it up, and we have the Baron going the way of top esports. Is 369 just going to disappear somehow. Didn't see how that damage went into him. He was just way too deep. As now top esports, they want to get this objective and back away. 10 also going to flash out of this one, and it gets a bit messy. Yike's looking for a bit more. As when comes lightning, he is going to get in onto the Zyra, and he will be shut down. But G2, but they really want to get a fight here before this Drake starts. Look at Cream.
He's just in the top side. His Broken Blade also going to miss his ult, and now they're losing an inhibitor turret.
That is brutal, and they're not even done. Top Esports just doing whatever they can to make sure that G2 are still here. Cream still wailing away on the inhibitor. Caps will get there to try and do something, but I think Cream wins that 1v1.
It's just insane. How many turrets Cream has taken down by himself, as now we have the TP coming in. The rocket jump to try to get away as Cream is totally fine. He hops away again.
No.
And here we got a Cassante in the backline, and that is never a good sign for the enemy team as Cream is being isolated by G2. They finally take down that pesky Yordle that is Tristana. But I have a feeling they're not going to be taking out this game as, oh God, that was a huge one. And now we got 369 just chasing him down. Not much of a chance for Hansama to get out of this one. He's got a blast clone and a dream. Oh, wow. That is just so troll. And he is going to get away for now, as 369 is still chasing him. But, yeah, Baron buff is also going to expire. Top Esports having a bit of fun as they're taking down a lot of objectives still in this one, as finally... No? Okay, never mind.
Wow.
Just kidding.
As long as Top Esports does not have the Baron, and we are seeing a little bit of that every time Hansama steps up to the wave, does take a chunk out of Jackie Love, and this wave, all
right, they're going to try to get down on a Mako, and they do a great job of that. Nicely done by G2. Meanwhile, Cream is just in mid, and he's going to get another free objective here, another free building, as down goes Yike. Almost just frustrated, throwing himself into Top Esports as he does get kidnapped by the Cassante, and that is it's going to be pretty huge by the end of this one. It is a trade 1-for-1, but it's only the support of Top Esports that goes down, and Top Esports will not stop there. They have this massive Ezreal who is just chunking people down, as finally Cream decides, okay, I'm going to try to kill some enemy champions, might as well, as he is going to Guma Stomp on everyone on the side of G2. And this game number 1 is over very heavily in favor of Top Esports as they take down the Nexus.
This was one of the most clinical games of League of Legends we have seen at the Esports World Cup, and Top...
Fantastic as well, and it can really break up your ability to find targets and actually get engages going in a 5v5 team fight. Yes, they still have great pick potential on the top side of the map due to G2, but especially if they lose map control and you're dealing with on the side of G2. Although, as I say that, I mean, Caps is dashing on over, wants to get at least some vision in the river and maybe poke their head in and see what they can see. As the ward goes in, the smite is Broken Blade went for a very aggressive trade himself.
No kills just quite yet, though, Valdez, is everyone just able to get out of everything. I am expecting to see... Whoa, not that.
Yeah, the leash right at the end of it. Cream is going aggressively in, and Caps just on the run here, but gets knocked up as the clone is going to be chased in the river. And meanwhile, down on the bottom side, here's Tan once again, and he's got Nature's Grasp. That will be the first blood given over to the Maokai. At 9 minutes is the... dash out of 369, and here it is, the flash away, slicing Maelstrom immediately as Yike is under the turret. He's in a lot of trouble, and down he will go. 369 in the 1v2 will win it, but here is Caps in the top lane, and immediately he trades it back. So G2, well, it's a little shaky there at first, but they do.
Comes through, and too many tower shots end up getting taken down. But then 369, he's a bit big for his britches. Doesn't realize that there's a LeBlanc around the corner.
Oh boy, meanwhile, looks like Broken Blade has overstayed his welcome. Mako looking to punish this one as he's in the alcove, and he can run around in there, but 1Q will get the job done. Even Solar Flare as well, as somehow he gets a equalizer off, actually.
But they could potentially still look for a dive on the bottom side as Mako relieves some pressure mid.
Yeah, Caps just have the Mimic Distortion. That's going to get this TP, though, out of the side of G2, as it is Broken Blade. Does not have the equalizer, and not quite enough damage to get on top of him. Mako will respond with a Respect Flash to come out, but now Broken Blade. Awkward spot, but here comes Darrell. The engage on a 2. The Magnet Storm is huge, as everybody on the side of G2 is here, and they do collapse and get 2 kills in the mid. But looking good for Hansama right now.
Hansama is able to just step so far forward here because they have enough vision control on the bottom side of the map, and 369 has no idea where so many of the members of G2 are that he has no opportunity to even try to contest the bottom lane structure. So it will be the first threat going over to G2, but it's very quickly matched, but still a little bit of extra goal as Tiana has to run.
Yeah, he has to get away from this one as A Q could come down from mikyx, and TES just has to go back in. He knows he's going down here without much recourse, although here comes Cream. He's going to line up 2, and now the re-engage from the side of Top Esports. A lot of low health bars, but they can't quite get a kill. Finally, JackeyLove will get one, but he has to flash away. mikyx, the second to eventually fall as they're diving JackeyLove in the top lane, and they will take him down. But Cream is such a huge menace on this Yone, and that is going to be the route here. Unbound Soul comes in, and Broken Blade will give the double kill over to Cream. Top Esports is mid.
Well, it's 369 away from this side of the map.
Hansama's just on a ward. He has no idea as he's getting flashed on by a Maokai, but it might actually bite them back as no, Hansama will be stunned down, and TES is totally fine as in goes JackeyLove. And
the rest of the game, because Top Esports, it feels as though their composition is a little bit easier to play in some ways. You have the Ken and you have the Yone, who can both create a lot of pressure in the side lanes, and they don't ever have to get battle GG2 it. They can just fight him anyway.
Cap's just isolated, has nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down, and the 2 carries right now are Cream.
Game, but as the Rift Herald does crash, with about 2 minutes left on the Hextech Dragon, we're going to have to look at how Top Esports can continue to build up some of these small advantages. Lane. But with the Dragon still spawning about 10 seconds, Top Esports will be able to take control of the mid lane first.
Yeah, the mid prio definitely going to be very important. They're just going to flash onto the block. Not sure about that one, but honestly, it's still working. As the Nature's Grasp, he puts himself in such an excellent position. As now the slicing maelstrom onto everybody. It finds all of the front line of G2. They all get decimated.
Massive gold lead and a massive actually coming through for Top Esports. They're going to get this mid lane turret. They should be able to get the bot lane turret. They're going to be getting this Hextech Dragon as well.
When it gets fed, you can see the power of this pick in this position specifically, especially once you begin to build some AP and you can just poke people down. As now looks like Caps is caught once again, but they're trying to get on top of JackeyLove, and they will. It's a shutdown over the bars, but now they're so out of position, and everybody on the side of G2 is once again going to be caught up here. They sacrifice JackeyLove, but they take 3 people with them.
And Yike is too low. He's not going to be able to do anything about this Baron as it does go down. JackeyLove has to just pull out the water. He knows, like, yeah, that was fine. The rest of my team does have this after all. And 369, another massive ult in another team fight. Caps will try to do something, but he has nothing to say.
Yeah, Caps, he's desperate to just try to do whatever he can. As now Yike is going to get into the backside of this pit, but Top Esports, they're not going to take any risks with this one. They're going to stop hitting the Baron. They immediately turn onto the Vi, and Yike doesn't really have an angle to get into this one. It is pretty low, and he nearly does get in there, but it's not quite going to happen. As now Mako, you see mikyx, he's like, maybe I can get in on the action. Well, the answer is no. Well, I suppose he does get in on the action, but he'll just immediately die, as the kill will go over to JackeyLove, and Top Esports, they are running away with this game.
The Baron buff comes through on top of Hansama, just means that the bars goes down very quickly, and with so many resources expended on trying to take down JackeyLove, you have nothing left for the rest of the team, and now we'll see how many structures they can get. Ultimate's already out.
Yeah, they're just pushing forward. The Nature's Grasp going to create so much room as Caps is just flying all over the map, and now Cream is going to get in there as well. The damage to Equalizer is actually very nice, but do they have the follow-up? It looks like the answer is absolutely no, as Cream just waltzing into 4 people. He even gets away alive. Not sure why he was walking that way, but you know, it's fine. He survives.
4v4 with no ultimates. It's going to be very difficult to make anything happen, as more and more gold will be going over. A 4,000 gold power play gets to 5 Dior cannon in it. And at the same time, Top Esports is going to be cleaning up the Dragon. They're going to be starting it, and Yike not even able to get to the Dragon.
He just can't get in, and Mako's just the security guard right in the front. Hansama already has to cleanse before the fight even really begins. They find Yike, and he is just isolated. Down he goes. The Equalizer doesn't hit anyone, and now Top Esports gonna send it right into that back line. It is an absolute decimation as they clean them up in the mid lane, and Top Esports, they might have just booked themselves a ticket to the finals.
369 only rolling 9 so far in this game. This cannon looking absolutely monstrous. Chris, and now Top Esports, like you said, 10,000 gold in the lead, 26 minutes in. G2 have to rely on Caps to try and do something to keep this game going.
Oh, and he's just being dove on as well. The Maokai, you can't get away from that as there is no follow-up. It doesn't matter. The rest of the team is just hitting the turrets. They don't care about the LeBlanc. You see Mickey X once again desperate to try to peel off of the Nexus, but it's not going to happen. Mickey X will go down, and Top Esports, now they're just playing with their food. This has not been a close 2-0, but it is a 2-0. Top Esports will move on to the finals.